Hi everyone. In this video we will discuss about the second chapter, that is classes basis of all computation. So these all introduction part we have discussed in the first week. What is an object, class and OOPS concept. Anyway, just a small explanation. What is an object? It's an entity having a specific identity, specific characteristics and specific behavior. Or it is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. Objects encapsulate state and behavior. Yes, state means these are the attributes, behavior means these are the methods of a particular class or object. So state of an object is represented through the attributes and the behavior is represented by the methods. What are the different OOPS concept? Object-oriented programming system. In that OOPS concepts, mainly 4 object-oriented programming concepts we have discussed. First one is the data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Data abstraction means wrapping up of data and methods into a single unit. It is hiding the background details and showing only the essential features. Encapsulation means wrapping up of data and methods into a single unit. That process is known as encapsulation. Object and class is encapsulated one. Inheritance means a class is inheriting the property of other class, that is known as inheritance. And polymorphism means polymorphism means different forms. One method act in a different form, that is known as polymorphism. These all we discussed. Then the next one is message passing. That is another important concept. How these objects, if we are consider we have a class, we have created more than 5 objects. Then how these objects are interacting with each other. That concept is known as message passing. When the objects needs to interact with one another, then they pass information to one another. Like how the humans are communicating, like that same. The objects interact with one another through messages. That is known as message passing. So when the objects need to interact with another object, it will interact, how they will interact through the message. That process is known as message passing. And what is a class? Class is a blueprint of an object and object is an instance of a class, that all of you know. And how to declare a class. Next session is how we will declare a class. If we want to declare a class, we will use a keyword class. Example, in a program you will write class. If you consider a program to find the sum, so just writing class sum. So sum is the class name, class is the keyword. So if you want to declare a class, means what is the syntax? Access specifier, modifier, class is the keyword we have to use, then the class name. Access specifier means public, private, protected. You can see, you have seen like this, public, or in the method public, static, void, main of, is it the same? So public, static, class, or any method like this, any variables we are writing, then this is the syntax. Usually we don't use that, usually we don't want to use this modifier here. Here simply we will write public class student, like that we will write, is it? Yes, the syntax, when you are writing the syntax of a class, you should mention access specifier, modifier, class keyword and class name, open braces, then the class body, the body or statements included in the class, then close the bracket. Okay, this is the syntax of a class. This angle brackets means these names are to be provided by the programmer, and square bracket indicates this is the part, this part is optional. That's why I told you modifier we are not using, we are just indicating in the syntax. Okay. So the class name is used to refer to the class whenever an instance of the class is created, and the class name should be legal identifier in Java. You know that rules for how to write an identifier. As per that, you have to write that class name. And one more thing, when a class is declared, no space is allotted to it. Actually, when we are writing a class, just assume class student, we are writing in a program, class student. That means in that time, it doesn't create a memory space. It is not giving any space in the memory. This is because a class is simply a blueprint, or it is a logical placeholder containing objects and method. So we can tell class is a blueprint of an object, is it? Yes. So when the memory space is allocated, when an object of that class type is created, after the object creation or when the object creation, that time only the space is allocated in the memory. So when we are declaring a class, when you are writing a class, when you are declaring a class, the space is not allotted for that particular one. When the space is allotted for that class or that members or member variables and methods, that means it is after the creation of object. That means when the object is created, the memory space is allocated. The memory space is allocated when objects of a class type are created. Okay. And another one is a class body. Class declaration means, yes, you know that keyword class and a class name is there, is it? Yeah, this is known as class declaration. And if you want access specifier, we can give public public. Any access specifier, class keyword, then class name. This is the class declaration part. And in the class declaration, here, just check class declaration means it declares the name of the class and the class access specifier, whether public, final or abstract, anyone. We need to specify, is there any access specifier or any final keyword or abstract keyword like that. That section is known as class declaration. Example here, public class test. Inside that, any statements we can give, close the bracket. Then the second one is class body. Class body in the sense it follows the class declaration and is embedded within the curly braces. Inside the curly braces, what are the statements we are giving? That is known as class body. It contains instance variables and class variables, or together it is known as member variable declaration. Whenever we are writing a class, what we will do? We will declare a variable. Is it? Yeah, class student. You know that same example. Then what we will do? We will declare two variables, integer roll number R, then string name N, like this we will declare. So what is this? These are the variables. Variables inside the class is known as instance variables. So these are instance variables and class variables. Different two types of variables are there, instance variable and class variable. That we will discuss what are they. So together it is known as member variables, because what are the members inside the class is known as member variables. The variables, which are the variables we declared inside the class is known as member variables, and which are the methods we have declared inside the method is known as member methods. So class body consists of instance variables and it consists of declaration and implementation for all instance and class method. So the example here, in the syntax way, public class testing. This is the class declaration and this is the class body inside this bracket. What are they? What it consists? Instance variable, class variable declaration, method declaration and method definition. These are inside the class body. Okay. So class consists of, or class declaration. After the class declaration, when we are implementing a class, it consists of two components. One is the class declaration, another one is the class body. Class declaration means it consists of member variables, member variable declaration and method declarations, and that inside this together is known as class body. This together is known as class body. Class declaration means it is indicating the name of the class and the access specifier denoting that particular class. Okay, the next one is variable. What is a variable? Variable is name of a memory location. It's a name of a memory location and it holds the data or holds the value of that particular specified data type. So variables of a class can be of two types. Mainly in a class, variables can be divided into two types. One is class variable, second one is instance variable. So class is otherwise known as static variable. Class or not, otherwise it is known as class variable or static variable. So which one is the second one? Second one is instance variable. So variables of a class can be divided into two types, class variable and instance variable. Class variable otherwise known as a static variable, second one is the instance variable. So class variable means it is a static variable. The keyword static is using. You remember that when we are writing the main method, how will you write? Public static void main of, is it? Yes. So there static is the keyword we are using. The same way for the variable also we can declare a static. if a variable is declared as static keyword, declared with a static keyword means then that variable is known as class variable or static variable. So the variable with a keyword static is known as class variable or static variable. They are declared once for a class. Only once for a class they are declared and are common to all objects of the class. That means when we are just declaring a variable as static in the class, and when we are creating object, it will act as, or it creates a single copy of them only available in the memory. It will act like that, single copy. That is, it is common to all objects of the class. The same copy will be there. It will act as the same copy, and only one copy will be there, and it is common to all the objects. Example, static variable a. If we are declaring a static integer a and we are creating an object, 3 or 4 objects, means this a will be as a single copy in the memory, and we are, or the different objects are accessing the same a, because this will act as a common to all the objects. That is a definition, or that is an important point of class variable. So what is a class variable? The variable which is mentioned with a keyword static is known as class variable or static variable. They are declared once for a class and are common to all objects of the class. That is, it only single copy. A single copy of them only available in the memory. That is the specification of the class variable. Clear? So the next one is the instance variable. Instance variable, otherwise known as non-static variable. Otherwise known as non-static variable. That means without static keyword, that is known as non-static variables. So we can tell instance variable is otherwise known as non-static variables. Okay. Non-static variable means a data member that is created for every object of the class. For every object of the class, the data member is created. And these are known as non-static variables, and the variables for which each object of the class will have its own distinct copy. Example, 5 objects have, we are creating 5 objects, means each 5 object having 5 copy of this instance variable. That is the difference between instance variable and class variable. So in the class variable, what we have discussed, it is common to all the objects of the class, but in the case of instance variable, that is, it is created for every object of the class, or how we can tell the variables for which each object of the class will have its own distinct copy. Example here, public public class sample is the class name. Inside that we have declared 3 variables. 2 are instance variable. How will you identify it is instance variable? There is no static keyword, that's why they are instance variable. If static keyword is there, means that is known as class variable. Okay. One more point here. This one, when a class is declared, that already we just discussed. When a class is declared, no memory space is allotted to it. This is because a class is simply a blueprint or logical placeholder containing objects and methods. Memory space is allocated when objects of the class type is created. Here, when, okay, and so we have discussed about 2 variables in a class. One is class variable or static variable. Second one is the instance variable. One more is they are local variable. One more we can tell, that is a local variable. How it is local variable, or what is the definition of local variable? The variable which declared inside a method, then it is known as local variable. But in the case of class, how many variables are there? In a variables of a class can be of 2 types, class variable and instance variable. Okay. Whenever we are writing a variable or declaring a variable inside a particular method, means that is a local variable to that method, and we can't access out of that method. We can't access that particular variable to the out of the method. Okay, that we will discuss later in the programs. So now mainly 2 variables. One is class variable, another one is instance variable. Class means it is indicated with the keyword static, declared once for a class, are common to all objects of the class. And in the case of instance variable, they are non-static members, and variables for each object of the class have its own distinct copy. So here an pictorial representation. How? Just imagine we have a class. We have a class example. Just to consider, we have a class example. In that class, 2 data items are there. One is integer number, then integer value. So 2 data values are there, and one more static integer a. Static integer a. So you know, static is a keyword, it is indicating class variable. So we can tell this is a class variable. Class variable means for 5 objects. Consider we have shared these values for, this is shared by 5 objects. Okay, so we have created 5 objects. So only one class variable and 2 instance variable in a class for the example. So these 5 objects are shared by the same class variable. This is common to these 5 objects. Understood? Only one variable is there. A is common. So A is common to these 5 objects. But in the case of instance variable, it will create its own distinct copy. Each object will create its own distinct copy in the case of instance variable. So each one, this is object 1, O1, having one number and value, its own value, number and value. O2 having its own number and value. O3 having number and value. Like this, each object having its own copy. That is the instance variable. But in the case of static variable or class variable, it will act as common to. It will act a common part to the shared objects. Or number of objects are 5 means the same value or same variable is common to that 5 objects. This is the difference of instance variable and static variable. Okay. So in the class declaration, inside the class declaration class body, the first one is the variable declaration. That variable declaration, variables are classified into 2 types that we have discussed here as member variables. The next one is the methods, instance method and class method. Together it is known as member method of the class. Is it? Together is known as member method of class. So instance method means the same without static keyword, that is instance method. If any static keyword is there in a method, it is known as class method. Example, public static void main of. So main is the method, it is a class method because main is indicated by static, that's why it is a class method. For an example, you have written a method name known as void calcof. Just imagine you have written a method name is known as void calcof. Then this is not a class method, is it? Because it is not indicated by any static keyword. Simply this is a non-static method that is known as a instant method. So instance method operate on the current object's instance variable. Object the same. In a class we have declared an instance variable. That instance variable can access to these methods. Instance method. Just imagine a class class S. Then inside that we are declaring a variable integer a. This is instance variable. Then static integer b. Static integer b. This is a class variable. Then another method I have written here, void calcof. This is another method. So what it means, this void calc means it is a non-instance variable, is it? This is an instance variable, instance method. So instance method, in instance method operate on current object's instance variable. So which instance variable can be accessed here? This instant a can be accessible to this one. We can access it, okay? But also have access to the class variable. So in the case of instance methods, instance method can access both instance variable and class variable. Both can be accessed in instance method. But in the class method, consider public static void main of. We are writing every time we will write that example. Not example, in the method we will write public static void main of. Inside the main method, this main is known as class method, is it? So this class method cannot access the instance variable. Which are the instance variable here? Integer a. This integer a cannot be accessed to the public static void main of. Okay, it cannot access the instance variable and instance method unless create a new object. Directly it can't be accessed. A class method cannot access an instance variable or instance method directly. If it wants to access means we have to create an object. You know how to create an object. Here class S means how we will create inside the main method. We are creating an object S, S1 equal to new S of. This is the object creation for the class S. So now we have created an object. Object name is known as S1. So now we can access this instance variable. How we will access S1 dot A. Like this we can access. Dot operator. With the help of dot operator we can access instance variable after creating object. By object, through object only we can access that instance variable to a class method. Clear? But in the case of class method, class variable or class method can be directly accessed. So once more, just to remember these points, class methods and instance method, two types of methods in there together is known as member methods. So instance method means method without static keywords are known as instance method, and class methods means method with the keyword static is known as class method. So instance method operate on its instance variable and class variable. In both variable it can access. Example, if we are declaring a method name known as void calc_of, this is an instance method. Inside this instance method, whatever instance variable we have declared in the class, int A we have declared and static int B. Consider this static int B. So A and B can be accessed here. We can access A and B inside that instance method. But in the case of class method, class means if we are changing this method, just imagine that to variable and just consider this is a class method now. Yes, static is the keyword there. So now it is changed to class method. So in class method, instance variables and methods cannot be accessed directly. If you want to access means what we have to do? We have to create a new object. Through the new object, using dot operator, we have to access the instance variables and instance method to the class method. But in the case of static variable or any class variable and class method directly it can access. These are the 2 points in the case of instance method and class methods. To understand the concept of instance methods and class method, here you can see this program. Class name is Desarium number. Inside the class, after the braces, we have declared the variables integer n, remainder, sum, length. So these are the first one is known as, these are known as instance variable. Except these are known as instance variable because there is no static keyword. And second line, a static integer n1. So that is known as class variable or static variable because it is indicated by the keyword static. So these are the 2 variables. Together this is known as member variables. Next one is the method. This method is indicated by the keyword static. So of course all of you know static is the keyword. So this method is known as class method. Is it? Yes. In class method we can access that class variable directly. We can access the class variable directly. Here n1 has access directly. But let's check. Can we access any n? Just I am writing n equal to 5. Is it possible? No. Here an error is showing. What is that error? Non-static variable n cannot be referenced from a static content. So you understood? Static variable inside the static method, static variable can access, but we can't access that instance variable directly. For accessing the instance variable, we have to create a method. Okay. So now the static is over. Next one is known as, next to this method, calc method. So this is instance method, is it? Yeah, this is instance method. There is no keyword static. So this is instance method. This instance method can access both instance variables or instance method or class variable and class method. So actually this read is a class method, this read is accessing to this calc method. Is it any error? No. Class method can access in the non-static method. There is no error. It will accept. No problem. But next one, if you want to access, yes, which one? This class, sorry, this calc method. What is this calc method? Calc method is known as the instance method. It is known as the instance method. Inside the instance method, we have accessed which method? Class method. Is it? Yes. Then this instance method we need to access in main method. This main is represented by the keyword static. What it means, this instant method, calc is the instant method we have to call or access inside the class method. We can't access it directly. What we have to do? We have to create an object. Using the object we can access the method. Is it? For this is the class name is Disarium number. So we have created an object name is known as ds equal to new Disarium number of. Then using the object name through the dot operator we are accessing that instance variable. So how will you access ds dot calc of? Clear? This is the way of accessing instance method or variable in a class method. Through the object we can access it directly, we can't access it. But in the case of instance variable or instance method, we can access any class variable or class method or instance variable or instance method. Clear? Okay, next one is creating object. All of you know how to create an object. Here an example, class name is known as rectangle, rect1 equal to new rectangle of. So when we are creating an object, each object declaration has three parts. The first one is the declaration part, second one is the instantiation process, third one is the initialization. So what is this declaration? Code on the left of equal, is it? Declaration part means all variable declaration that are associated with the same. So how we will declare a variable? The same way we can do it here, integer a semicolon. Like this we can do rectangle. How we can write rectangle? Rectangle is the class name, rect1 semicolon. So this is known as declaration part, or we can tell this is known as declaration part. So this is declaration part. Then what is that? Instantiation. Instantiation means using the keyword new. You know how to create an object. Object is created by the help of new operator, is it? So new operator, new is a Java operator that creates a new object. When we are creating an object, it allocates space for the corresponding member variables and member methods, is it? Yes. So new is a Java operator that creates a new object. This process is known as instantiation. Then the third one is known as initialization. Initialization means this part, the new operator is followed by a call to a constructor. So constructor, what is a constructor? This is a constructor means it is a method. So here and this one, rectangle of is the constructor. This is the constructor. Constructor means it is a method. Method is represented by this brackets that you know. Methods is always represented by these brackets. And what is a constructor means? It is a method having same class name. What is the class name here? Rectangle. And it is the method having same class name. That's why it is known as constructor. So new operator is followed by a constructor, by a call to constructor. And what is the use of constructor? Constructor initialize the new object. So the proper purpose of constructor is to initialize the new object. Okay. So whenever we are creating an object, it has three parts. One is the declaration part. Another one is, second one is the instantiation process by using the new operator. Third one is the constructor initializes the object. That is the initialization process. Okay. So we can write that object creation in two ways that we have discussed here also. Two ways means first in the same statement itself we can write student s1 equal to new student of. Example, the class is class name is student means we can write like this, student s1 equal to new student of. In the second way we can write student s1. This is a declaration. Then initialization and instantiation should be done in the second line. S1 equal to new student now. This is also another way to write the object creation. Okay. So to access the instance variables and methods that we have discussed in the program also, how to access using the dot operator. Just imagine the S1 is the object for this class student S1, and how we will access these instance variables in main method or any other method means how we will access S1 dot roll number, S1 dot name, semicolon. By this way we have to access the instance variable. Okay. So one more point, objects receive their storage from heap memory. When we are in declare, it doesn't receive a storage after the instantiation process, that is after the new operator. It will objects receive their storage from the heap memory. What is a heap memory? It is a memory pool area managed by Java, where from the Java interpreter creates objects dynamically. During the execution of the program, the Java interpreter creates the corresponding object of the classes dynamically. That is created from the heap memory. Okay. This is the process of object creation. The same how to access that values. Example, one more program, class city, having an instance variable and an instance method inside the class city. So how to access the object or these variables and methods. Object, we have created a city C1 equal to new city of. So city C1 is the declaration part. After this new instantiation part, city of is the constructor. This is the constructor to initialize the object. How to access the members? C1 dot name, that is the instance variable we are accessing, and C1 dot display, it is the instance method we are accessing. And you have to remember how we will access the instance methods or variables to a class method, and how we will do the class method accessing to the instance method. These are the points for this today's session. So what are the things we have discussed here? Just a revision about the object oriented concepts, then the message passing, then we have moved to the variables or class declaration, how to declare a class, what is the general syntax, generic syntax of class declaration. Then what are the important two components of class declaration? Class declaration in our class consists of two components. One is class declaration and another one is class body. Class declaration itself, member variable declaration and member methods implementation and declarations. Then after that we move to the variables. Two types of variables in a class. What are they? Instance variables and class variable. Class variable is otherwise known as static variables. So these are the points we have discussed. Then the last one is how to access the values. So in this second chapter, just access specifier is the another topic we have to discuss, that we will do in the next video session. Thank you for watching. If any doubt means please message.